We're going to move into a standing series. Before we begin the standing series, I'd like to open up the posturally tight hamstrings, lying supine with your heaviest Theraband to put around your dominant foot first. If your hamstrings are super tight, which they will be with sway back, you're going to want to put the anti-burst ball under your head so that your neck isn't straining as you stretch these tight muscles. We'll be here for a full minute, opening up this area that's tight. Watch out for the pelvis here. I want you to think about tipping your pelvis towards whatever is in front of you, towards your foot that's extended out in front of you, creating a mouse hole between the low back and the floor. We don't want to exacerbate that pelvic flexion that's causing chronic low back pain. So you need to find some low back extension. You can take one hand and slide it under the low back to check if there's that mouse hole there. That's going to be imperative that you keep some space there. Try to not crunch those fingers. Tip that tailbone, arching the low back without pushing the belly out. So keep the abs pulling in and up. On your next exhale, slowly switch legs. Take your time. It's a tight area. We don't want to pull anything in the process of switching. Check in with the pelvic position again. Tip it down, finding that extension. Find an imprint of your mid-back and upper back. And imagine those front ribs reaching for the back ribs, imprinting them as well into the floor. Plug the shoulders down the back. Increase the distance between the chin and the chest. You can even squeeze the front of your thigh to lift the kneecap a little more to intensify the stretch. Watch out that it doesn't cause you to go to flexion in your pelvis, so keep some extension. You can always hold one hand under the low back at all times, just as a marker if you find that you're always flattening the low back into the floor. On our next exhale, we'll slowly make our way up to standing. For this exercise, we need to tie, and it's important that you tie the end of your band in a knot to your roller a quarter of the way in. We're going to be doing an overhead press with our outside arm, isometrically holding that the whole time. We're going to bring our metatarsals onto the roller, standing by a wall, and we're going to do some calf pedaling on our exhale. Our inhale will ground for balance purposes, and our exhale will pedal, kind of like you do when you're doing down dog pedaling, but we're going to have the challenge of stability, which will help us recruit the lower underactive pelvic floor. So stepping up onto the roller, feet can be hip distance or together, depending on your balance. Hip distance is going to be a little easier. Together is going to be quite the challenge. Arm overhead, isometric hold, and then from here, your heels are going to come off of the roller a little. So come onto the pads of the feet, pull your abs in, bend your knees. Inhale, prepare by pulling the pelvis towards the roller. Exhale, pedaling the feet, dropping one heel and then the other. And this is about the calf flexibility, this posturally tight area. And it's also about using the core to initiate movement. So I want you to pause on your inhale, pulling your pelvis down towards the roller. On your exhale, we pedal. The heels are moving. We're switching, bending the knees, but we're driving. The driving force is that lower pelvic floor pulling in and up to stabilize you here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pedal. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, pedal. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, pedal. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, so from here, let's stay on this side for our frontal plane balance exercise before we go to the second side. So stay on the roller. I want you to bring your outside arm into cactus, so it looks like this, and you're just going to keep it in cactus. Step your feet a little closer to the wall. What we're going to do is we're going to step onto our outside foot, bringing our inside leg into side knee flexion. So side knee flexion, and then from here we're going to inhale, prepare, exhale, bending the torso towards that knee, coming into a little bit of an oblique crunch. Give me 3, 2, 1. Pause, inhale, ground your pelvis again, exhale, bend again. 3, towards that lifted leg. 2, you can point the toes of the lifted foot. 1, again, inhale, prepare, and exhale, bending towards it for 4, and 3. Breathing 2 and 1. Step towards the wall again, same side. We'll repeat. I want you to step to the side to that unilateral balance. So stepping onto our outside foot, outside arms in cactus, bringing the inside leg into side knee flexion, pointing the toes. Keep the hips even. And inhale, prepare. Exhale, oblique crunch for 4 and 3. Core is tight. 2. Closing the front ribs. 1. Inhale, prepare. Again, exhale, bend. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, bend. 2, 3, and 4. We'll slowly make our way to the other side. We're going to begin with the calf pedaling. So turn yourself around. Remember, soft bend in the knees as you step up. Outside arm comes to shoulder flexion in the isometric hold. Inhale to ground your pelvis. Initiate from the pelvic floor lift as you pedal your heels, stretching out actively that gastrocnemius that's posturally tight, driving from the weak pelvic floor muscles to strengthen the lower abs for better posture and alignment. Keep that going. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pedal. 2, 3, 4. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, pedal. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Inhale, prepare. And exhale, pedal. 2, 3, 4. Bringing the outside arm into cactus, stepping closer to the wall. We're going to be moving on to our non-dominant, actually this probably is your dominant leg if you're right-handed. So we're going to step onto that outside leg. Inside leg comes to side knee flexion. Pause for a moment. Ground your pelvis. Inhale. Side bending. Exhale. 4, 3. Lateral flexion. 2. Good for those external obliques. 1. Inhale. Hold. Ground yourself. Exhale. Bend. 2, 3, 4. 1 more. Inhale. Prepare. And exhale. Bend. 2, 3, 4. Step towards the wall again. Same thing. We're repeating, stepping to that single leg balance. Find the balance first. Point the toes of the lifted leg. Inhale. Pelvis pulls towards the roller. Exhale. Inner thighs pull back as you bend to the side. And your pelvic floor muscles support this movement. Inhale. Pelvis pulls down. Pelvic floor muscles pull in and up. Bend. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more. Inhale. Pelvis pulls down. Exhale. Bend. 2, 3, and 4. Slowly stepping off of this roller. I want you to face the wall for a postural stretch for your shoulders. Bring your dominant arm up into a high V. You'll be on the inside of the thumb and the wrist, and we're going to twist away from that arm, opening up your anterior delt here. Bend the knees a little bit, and inhale 1. Breathe. Exhale, grounding the body, lengthening the torso, using your abs to deepen the stretch, twisting on the exhale. While we're here, you can do some diaphragmatic breathing, breathing into the belly, soft bend in the knees, relaxing the nervous system. Just inhale, expand the abdomen, and exhale, let it fall back in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, letting it come back in. And one more time, inhale, expand. And exhale, it comes back in. Go ahead and face the wall, switching sides, bringing it into that V, twisting away. Let's bring our outside hand to the belly. Try to fill it up like you're mimicking a pregnant woman. Give me that big belly. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, let it fall in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. We're moving into a standing series that involves squats and balance work through the transverse plane of motion. We're going to begin with a squat series, standing on the roller for pelvic floor strength, as well as glute and inner thigh, especially the glute max and glute min. You need your anti-burst ball and your lightest Theraband tied a quarter of the way into your roller. Go ahead and step on and make sure your dominant leg is your outside leg. I'm not so concerned about the arm as your dominant leg being your outside leg. Step up on to the roller, and we're going to inhale, prepare, and on our exhale, we're going to sweep our arm to shoulder flexion, coming into a squat, sitting back. So with the arm and shoulder flexion, we're going to shift over to our outside leg, hovering the inside leg up, holding it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale, standing up on that outside leg, and exhale, putting the inside leg back down. So we go down on 2 on our exhale, sit back, exhale on 2, shift over, inhale, hold, exhale, and standing up on 1, inhale up. Exhale that foot down. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, sit back. Shifting over, inhale, holding, exhale, standing up on 1 leg, inhale, putting the foot down, exhale, 2 more. When you're ready, sit back, exhale, pelvis pulls down, inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, standing up, and last time. When you're ready, exhale, sit back, inner thighs pull you back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you shift. Exhale, inner thighs pull you deeper into the pose. And inhale, standing up on that 1 leg. Wonderful. Grab the ball with your outside hand. Bend your knees and step off slowly. Switch sides. Setting up on the other side. Our outside arm is loaded with that lightest band in shoulder flexion. And that arm just sweeps forward each time. And it isometrically holds. It gives you a little more stability and awareness of how much the back can help with your alignment here when you go into a deep posture like a squat. So watch out for the feet staying active. Sometimes they want to check out. I want you to use your feet, wrap them around the roller as if they're like a bird grabbing a branch. Point the toes. Use your bones of your big toes around the roller. Sit back when you're ready. Exhale. Shifting over once you're down in your squat to the opposite side, holding and standing back up on your inhale. Pelvis pulls down in opposition as you stand up. Exhale, both feet down, pause, inhale, ground yourself. Exhale, sit back, pelvic floor muscles pull in, inner thighs pull back. Shifting over to our outside leg, holding, and inhale, standing back up on that 1 leg. Exhale, the foot down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, sitting back, bringing that arm up to shoulder flexion, shifting over, hold, exhale, and inhale, stand up on that 1 leg. Give me 3 more. This is our non-dominant side. We want to do a couple of extra repetitions. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, shift over. Exhale, hold, and inhale, stand up tall. Make sure the front ribs are reaching for the back ribs. Sternum is melting inward, collarbone is wide. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, shift over. You're squeezing that ball, using the lower abdominals. Inhale, stand back up tall. And last time. Exhale, inhale, prepare. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, shift over, pelvis pulling down. Exhale, hold, inner thighs pulling back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you stand up, front ribs reaching for the back ribs. Soft bend in the knees. Let's slowly step off of the roller. From here, before we do our balance in the transverse plane, I'd like you to roll out your IT band. Begin with your dominant leg. We'll be in a side lying position for this. So this is our outer thigh all the way up to the hip. You can do some twisting forward and back, finding the fascia that needs your attention. Breathing into that. This will be a nice release, even though it is a very tight area from all the standing work we've just done. So as you're here getting into that fascia, I'm going to verbally tell you what you're doing next so that you have an idea. So go ahead and stay on this dominant side for a second. We'll need a 3-pound weight. We'll be doing an external rotator cuff isometric hold, stepping to regular knee flexion in the transverse plane up onto the roller. And we'll start facing the wall and do a quarter turn up onto the roller to knee flexion. The outside arm is loaded in an isometric hold with a 3-pound weight for the external rotator cuff. Go ahead and switch sides for your foam rolling for your IT band. Now, the transverse plane is where 90% of injuries occur. And being able to step to balance, a unilateral balance on a stability device is rather advanced. As long as you keep your supporting knee soft and you have a wall bar counter and your abs are pulled in, you're going to be fine. On your non-dominant side, I'd encourage you to try it maybe on the floor once before you try it on the roller, just to feel what it feels like to move through space onto your not as strong leg. And once you add the component of the stability, you really have to be hooked into your core. All right, let's make our way up to standing. Bringing the roller by the wall, grabbing your 3-pound weight. I want your dominant leg to be on the outside, so farthest away from the wall. And the roller is profile to the wall. We've got the weight in our outside hand, and we're doing this nice isometric external rotation of the arm for the rotator cuff. So face the wall, stand facing the wall. And you are going to, you have the roller on the same side as your dominant leg. And you're going to do a quarter turn. So your body, if you're facing the wall, your body's at 12 o'clock, you're turning to 3 o'clock, placing that dominant foot at 3 o'clock and bringing the other leg up to knee flexion. The outside arm has the hand, has the weight, and the inside arm is there for security at the wall. So our inside leg is up in knee flexion and our outside arm is in an external rotator cuff position. Elbow pinned to the side of the body. Elbow pinned to the side of the body, forearm open, palm forward. So breathing here, inhale 1, test your balance, exhale 1, inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, and exhale 3. Coming down slowly, same side, we're going to repeat. So turn around, face the wall. We're taking that quarter turn up onto our dominant leg. Non-dominant foot lifts immediately into knee flexion. Tip your tailbone back. Forearm is open. Palm is facing forward. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, elbows pinned to the side of the body. Inhale 2, point the toes. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, tip your tailbone back and pull your pelvic floor muscles in and up. Exhale. Good. Slowly making your way down. Let's switch sides. Setting up on the non-dominant side. Again, you can try this on the floor for the first set if you're scared about stepping up onto the roller. But this is about your lower pelvic floor. Make sure that the forearm is parallel to the floor. And we're going to step up when you're ready. Quarter turn, dominant. So the non-dominant leg is going to be on the outside. Inside leg, point the toes. Breathe here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, find the balance. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Test it if you can. Tip the tailbone back. Bring the front ribs towards the back ribs. Widen the distance between the chin and the chest. Slowly stepping down. We'll repeat one more time. When you're ready, stepping up, finding that balance, using the feet. Inhale, ground the pelvis down. Exhale, pull the pelvic floor muscles in. Inhale, ground. Exhale, stabilize with your pelvic floor. One more inhale. Shoulders plug down. And exhale. Wonderful. From here, let's take a nice postural stretch. Set that weight down. We're going to grab our foam roller and open up our rectus abdominis. So I'd like you to lie down. Let's sit down, and we're going to bring our shoulder blades onto the roller, supporting our head with our hands, opening up the front of our rectus abdominis, those upper abs. So this is a great postural stretch for sway back posture because we do have the overactivity in the rectus abdominis. The lower you take that roller, the lower you go on your shoulder blades, the more intense. So I'd advise starting at the top of the shoulder blades and working your way down to the base of the shoulder blades. Make sure your head is supported at all times. Your abs are pulled in. You can find some lumbar extension here, thinking about the tailbone reaching towards the heels. And then really press the shoulder blades into the roller. It's counterintuitive. We kind of want to resist it because it's such a deep stretch. But if you push them in, you're going to allow a little more release. Hear your breath. Stay focused on the breath here. Deep inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. And last breath, inhale. And exhale. Coming up to a comfortable seat. Good job. We're moving into our final standing series. We're going to be doing lunging and balance work in the sagittal plane. We're going to stand up. We're going to take our heaviest loop band and put it around our outer thighs. We're doing this because this is going to help with our knee traction. We'll be doing some reverse lunges. And we're going to bring the top of our foot onto the roller. Standing by a wall, we'll hold on to the wall with our hand like it was a bar. And our inside leg, the top of the foot, is going to go onto the roller. Outside leg will be our standing supporting leg. And we're going to slide that roller back and forth, doing a reverse lunge. So I want your outside hand on your hip so that you can keep your pelvis nice and square. And you're going to begin when you're ready, exhaling back and inhaling forward. So we're doing a lunge with the inside foot on the roller. Reverse lunge, taking it behind us. Sliding that leg back, top of the foot is on the roller, square the pelvis, inhale to stand up tall, exhale to slide that leg back. So the top of the foot, your metatarsals aren't on the roller, it's the top of the foot, you're pointing your toes, and we take it back, exhale, and we stand up, inhale. We exhale back, and we inhale up. So the range of motion is smaller, but the whole point of this is to work on the knee traction. The bone of your big toe of your front leg needs to be nice and heavy. And if you look behind you, is your foot turning in or out when you point it? That's a sign of what happens with your feet in general with your traction of your feet and your ankles. So you need to be able to point your foot without sickling it in or it rolling out as you slide this leg back for a really good, strong lunge. So we've got the support of this band so we don't go too fast or too deep into the lunge without the proper support. Exhale back, inhale up. Give me 4 more. 4. Inhale up. Exhale, let the inner thighs pull you back. Pelvic floor muscles pull in and up. Inhale, pelvis pulls down towards the floor as you come up. Exhale, inner thighs pull you back. Inhale, pelvis pulls you up. 2 more. Exhale back. Inhale up. Notice that hip of the outside leg. Is it hiking? Can you pull it down? Get your pelvis even squarer than you think you can. Pull the core in. 1 more. Exhale. And inhale. Switching sides. Setting up on the other side. This side may be more tricky if this is your non-dominant leg being in front. And begin when you're ready, exhaling back, outside hand on the hip, reminding you that the hip staying even is super important. Pointing the toes as that leg goes back. It's really important that the lower pelvic floor muscles lift in and up as the pelvis goes back and you go into that lunge. Hear your breath. Watch out for the focus of the eyes and the chin. Make sure it doesn't drop to the chest. Keep the eyes up a little higher than eye level. Bring the sternum towards the back body. Plug the shoulders down the back. Let's do 8 more. 8. Inhale up. And 7. You're doing great. 6. And 5. Almost there. 4. And 3. Good. 2 more. 2. And last one. 1. Good. From here, taking that band off, we're going to move into balance in the sagittal plane. Tie your lightest Theraband a quarter of the way into the roller. We'll use that in the outside hand. You don't need anything around your legs. We're going to be doing knee flexion to side knee flexion. So very slowly, we'll step up to knee flexion with our inside leg. So our outside leg is our supporting leg, and that outside arm goes up to an isometric hold. Bring the inside leg up immediately to knee flexion. Inhale here. Exhale, open it out to side knee flexion. And inhale it back to knee flexion. Exhale it to side knee flexion. Inhale it to knee flexion. And last time, exhale, side knee flexion. Inhale, knee flexion. Step in front of your roller now. We're going to step back onto that outside leg. This is a challenge. Inhale, pull your pelvis down as you step back. Hold on to the wall, pull the abs in. Find knee flexion, point the toes. When you're ready, exhale to open it to side knee flexion. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as it centers. Exhale, inner thighs help you open it. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. And exhale, open. And inhale, down. Step in front. We're going to switch sides. So we'll start with our step forward onto our non-dominant side this time. So turning around with the other hand loaded with the band. Holding on to the wall for security. Outside leg steps up. We find knee flexion with shoulder flexion, engaging that outside arm, pointing the toes. Exhale to open the leg to side knee flexion. Inhale it back to regular knee flexion. Tip your tailbone back. Use your core. Open. And notice if the pelvis is moving. See if you can stand tall on that supporting leg and open from the hip socket, not move the pelvis. One more. And let's slowly step in front of the roller. The outside leg is going to step back onto the roller this time. Inhale. Pelvis pulls down onto the roller as you step up. Pull your abs in immediately. Stabilize. Exhale to open that inner thigh out. Inhale, pelvis pulls down to the roller as it comes in. Exhale, open out. And inhale in. And last time, exhale, open. And inhale in. Slowly making your way off the roller. You can set the roller to the side and just face your wall. We're going to step into a nice gastrocnemius postural stretch to finish up. Face the wall, step your dominant leg back into a lunge. Pelvis presses forward, opening up the calf complex. So deep lunge, pelvis forward. And let's just breathe here. Inhale. And exhale, trying to keep the hips square to the wall in front of you. Pelvis driving forward, abs pulling in and up. Inhale. Exhale, pelvis pulls forward. Deepening that stretch. You can bend the back knee a little, getting into the soleus. And straighten it, staying into the gastrocnemius. Play around with that. We did a lot of balance work, so that soleus can use a little attention. You got to bend to find that internal calf muscle. Give me 2 more breaths here, and then I'd like you to step forward, and we'll stretch your final side. So go ahead and step forward for me. Switching sides, setting up for that gastrocnemius and soleus stretch. Step back into the lunge. Square your pelvis to the wall in front of you. Lift your chin and chest. Try to not drop the chin to the chest. Plug the shoulders down. Good. Bring your back legs hip forward and your front legs hip back a little bit. Bend your front knee even more than you think you can. Pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up. Play around with bending and straightening the back knee, getting into the soleus. Yeah, and as you do that, don't take your focus of your eyes down. Keep your chin and chest lifted and your pelvis driving forward. 4 more little bends and straightening of the knee. After you complete that, turn around, face me, interlace your hands, and stretch the neck extensors by tucking the chin to the chest without collapsing your upper back. So interlace the hands, elbows fall in towards the ears, soft bend in the knees, hold it here. Inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3, we're going to 6. Exhale 3. Inhale 4, quiet the mind. Exhale 4. Inhale 5, exhale 5, inhale 6, and exhale. Slowly bring the arms down. Wonderful work.